Good morning, guys. We're in the third of 7 Bible studies in Colossians, and today is over Colossians 2:14. And it says, having concealed the charge of our legal indebtedness, which stood against us and condemned us, he has taken it away, nailing it to the cross. So basically, it's telling us that God has taken away the condemnation and has nailed it to the cross. I've spoken about this before, and if you remember, we've talked about condemnation versus conviction and how important it is in this daily struggle in these spiritual battles, because if we allow ourselves to be condemned by the world, that's nothing but guilt and shame, and that keeps us down. It keeps us kind of on a defensive against God. We don't want to get close to God because we feel shamed or guilty, and that's what the enemy wants. What we need to feel is conviction, that when we've done something wrong and we're convicted of it, that is our red flag that, hey, I've done something wrong, I've done something against God, I need to go to God and ask for forgiveness. And then once we ask for forgiveness, he forgives us, and he throws it as far away as the east is from the west. And when he does that, it's gone, which means we no longer have to think about it, which means we no longer have condemnation, we no longer have guilt, and we no longer have shame, or at least we shouldn't, because this verse tells us it's been nailed to the cross. So once it's nailed to the cross, don't go back up there and try and take it back. I'm not finished with this. I'm going to play the victim a little bit longer and just ride this guilt and this shame out, or I'm going to be a dog who returns to his vomit and wallows in it. Don't do that. If you're convicted, repent and move on. If you have guilt and shame in your life, get rid of it. The enemy is using that to hold you back from your relationship with God. I'm sure you've heard people say before, well, I'm just not ready to come to a saving knowledge of Christ because I've got to deal with some things in my life first. That's the guilt and shame that keeps people from coming to know Jesus. And if they don't figure that out and they don't ever come to him, it is an eternal decision that has lasting consequences. So remember, conviction versus condemnation. Which one's good? Which one's bad? See you tomorrow.